y'all trying to go and farm right now? Okay, so I'm lying. Raise your hands. You're not. You're not. We done picking cotton. We are. You can't pay us enough to find a plantation.
Wow. Hey y'all, this is Joy with Conservative Black Girls, and it is long overdue. Today we're going to get into none other than the Democrats' queen, Jasmine Crockett, Representative Jasmine Crockett, politician Jasmine Crockett. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and just say it. Content creator and actress Jasmine Crockett. Because at this point, no one can convince me otherwise. No one can convince me that Jasmine is not a content creator. She is all about grandstanding. She's performative. She's all about going viral. Ever since she got a little dose, it's over. That's it. That is her niche. That's what she does. If the clip of the video you just watched didn't do it for you, let's take it from the top.
People about what immigrants do for this country, or the fact that we are a country of immigrants.
Right.
The fact is, ain't none of y'all trying to go and farm right now. Okay, so I'm lying. Raise your hands. You're not.
Wow.
You're not.
Wow.
We done picking cotton.
She can't be serious.
We are. You can't pay us enough to find a plantation.
I know that's right. That's the problem right there. That's a part of the problem. People spew out ridiculousness, BS. This is given heavy third-party embarrassment. Like, how dare you? First of all, Jasmine Crockett, let me just go ahead and say it. Let me be clear, as Jasmine Crockett likes to state. Let me be clear right before she says some outrageous and let's just go ahead and speak freely, because that's what she does, right? Profanity, ridiculousness, hella ratchet, dare I say? Yes, I said it. She is classless. Like, this whole concept that speaking at a loud octave or just screaming into the mic means that you're correct or you're right and what you're saying has any validity is just ridiculous. She is such a race baiter. She clearly hates white people. Every chance she gets, she's speaking negatively and adversely about an entire group of people based on her own biases. It will be very difficult to have any type of hope if it wasn't for our people, the conservative people, seeing straight through her BS and her performances and her being a celebrity. So I am grateful that we have people who see through the nonsense and see her for the racist that she is, because this TikToker was dead on.
Not Jasmine Crockett out here being racist as This woman literally stood up in front of people and said this stuff out loud and meant it.
Of course she meant it. That's what they love. Jasmine Crockett stands on business. They say, yes, she meant every single word. I'm glad you know it.
She said she ain't picking cotton no more.
As if she's ever picked cotton. Like, really? Girl, the gig is up. We know how you were raised and where you came from. Like, knock it off. You are not an advocate, not pushing hate like this. This is not what my ancestors were about at all.
Mind you, she's 44 years old. I guarantee you her privilege ain't ever stepped foot in a field ever.
Ever.
She said you can't afford for her to pick cotton. She said her and her people have gotten out of the plantation and they ain't going back. But that was her argument for the reason why illegal immigrants need to be here. Because illegal immigrants need to be on that plantation in the field picking her cotton.
Like, that's ridiculous. You're advocating for a group of people that you're also speaking down on. Like, make it make sense. Make it make sense. She's the future of the Democratic Party? You gotta be kidding me. I mean, I'm excited to know that with Jasmine Crockett representing them, they won't see the light of day for many years to come. But you have to admit, even as a Democrat, like, she is out of control.
Listen, y'all need a leader of your party, and it's usually going to be the loudest ones. She cannot be it, or you will never see office again as a Democrat. That woman is loud, but she is wrong. She is so loud, but she is so racist. She is so loud, but she is single-handedly trying to oppress an entire other race because she feels that privilege that she can do and say that shit. Y'all better tell that girl to sit out. Sit this one out. Take a nap. Your time's up.
It really is up. Like, she needs to get out of office fast, for real. Because what? Based on her own biases. The saddest part about it is she has a fan base. People listen to her. People are responding to this nonsense.
Oh, and P.S. for the black people that are mad, specifically black women, because you don't like the way she talks, you guys can have several seats, okay? Stop sounding like the colonizers. We can talk however we want. Any of y'all that talk about Jasmine Crockett that way, y'all are giving the 8%. Y'all are the 8% that didn't vote for Kamala. Sit down and shut up.
Actually, it's the 7%. So yes, it's 93 and then it's the 7%. And we absolutely do represent the 7% proudly because we're actually interested in healing forward and America becoming great. And if this is not bad enough, there are more people who support the ridiculousness. And before we get into the next video of her ridiculous supporters who agree with the nonsense that she constantly is all about, let me just acknowledge it does matter because she's an elected official and she represents more than just herself. So having a certain level of class could go a long way. And the fact that her supporters are okay with the way she speaks, let's just take a pause. Let's look at exactly how she speaks. This is what they find acceptable. Outside of saying, we done picking cotton, who wants to farm? Actually, as the granddaughter of a farmer, dare I say, from the South, there are plenty of people who farm in America who are Americans. Can someone please inform Jasmine Crockett of that? I get it. She comes from money. She comes from wealth, and there may be a slight disconnection, but can someone, perhaps one of her fans, please inform her that there are middle-class Americans? Maybe she didn't know there are actually black people who do farm. As the granddaughter of a farmer, it happens, Jasmine. And dare I say, from the South. But we already know what you think about people from the South, right?
Some of these people fail to realize down in Alabama who's broke, down in Louisiana who's broke.
Wow.
I can go through pretty much the entire South and tell you that they're broke and they rely on a lot of welfare from the government. To be perfectly honest, it is.
Well, Jasmine, actually, my family from the South happened to be farmers and it helped them not be broke, you know, relying on welfare. And if you were truly from the South, how you claim to be, you would understand that. But we all know she's not. She's actually from the Midwest and she comes from money. So she's not familiar with the working class people like the farmers who are Americans, not undocumented people, but Americans who are interested in doing the jobs that Jasmine claim or believe are beneath Americans or even beneath black people, which is ridiculous. That doesn't stop her supporters. Now does it?
I don't know what y'all Republicans think, but one thing about it, we ride with Jasmine Crockett.
They ride with Jasmine Crockett. You know what that sounds like? That sounds like a mob type, gang behavior. Like we ride or die, good, bad, or indifferent. Whatever happened to right and wrong? When a person is wrong, they are called out. They're held accountable. Do you think she knows anything about that? No, probably not, because she's too busy just speaking nonsense any chance she gets.
And another thing, this goes out to Pam Bondi, my dear. If you decide to do anything to Jasmine Crockett, I just want you to know that her people, we ride at dawn for her.
We ride at dawn. You know what that sounds like? That sounds like straight mob behavior. And before any of the warnings or DMs start, we understand that speaking out against, and speaking up for what's right against another woman of color is going to create more fake outrage, is going to bring up the double standard, because Jasmine Crockett can say what she feels about people, but dare you say anything about her?
Speaking out against Jasmine Crockett makes the devil mad. And I know that might be a bit much for some of you, but there is a reason why we face so much opposition when we tell other Black women that they don't have to be like her, that they don't have to project consistent anger and jealousy and envy, that they don't have to constantly be angry at every single person for all of the things.
Everything is a problem for her. See, the problem is not Jasmine's life and her upbringing. It's not the fact that she went to private institutions and she came from wealthy environment. It's the fact that she pretends as if her life was so hard. If people didn't know better, they would think Jasmine Crockett actually picked cotton herself. The hate that she spills and the manner in which she speaks and the yelling that she constantly does, everything is a problem. I once heard, if everything is a problem, nothing is a problem. Everything? Like she appears to always be mad about something. Like, you stay mad. Girl, what's the problem? Everything? Can anything be done right on the right? Anything, according to her standards, which are not that high. Let's just take a look at some of her viral moments, because that's what she is, a content creator. And this is who we have representing the great state of Texas.
Texas streets, honey. Y'all know we got Governor Hot Wheels down there. Come on now. And the only thing hot about him is that he is a hot mess, honey.
How classy. Governor Hot Wheels. Oh, their queen can do no wrong. Another one.
But unfortunately, in today's times, Democrats believe in scientists and experts and data, and Republicans instead believe in conspiracy theorists.
Did Jasmine Crockett just say Democrats believe in scientists? I know she didn't just say that. Really? Wow. I know some people who would disagree with that. Is she a Democrat? Does she believe in science? Or do you have to be a biologist? Wow. Would you look at that? It gets better. She doesn't stop. It gets worse and worse. Because if she's not out here judging the Republicans for doing the very same thing that Democrats seem to get away with every step of the way, she's out here checking holes, right? Because that's what the elected officials want. Jasmine Crockett is the gift that keeps on giving. If she's not pushing hate and speaking very blatantly about white boys who are not qualified or underqualified and speaking about her accolades, she's discussing checking a hole or two. Perfectly fine, right? Her supporters see nothing wrong with that. This behavior, the lack of professionalism, the lack of decorum, the disrespect, just a complete disgrace. Perfectly acceptable. Let's see her in action.
Somebody told me that y'all were here today because y'all were looking to come see a Texas hottie. Now I know y'all really want to come see Meg, but listen, y'all couldn't see Meg without seeing a congresswoman from the great state of Texas, who sometimes has to check a hoe or two.
Okay, I get it. There are times where we have disagreements and we do not like a person, or we don't like their approach and how they deal with things. Jasmine Crockett has not been shy about her dislike of Elon Musk. Perfectly acceptable. The expectation of the people is not for everyone in Congress and all the politicians to get along and eat dinner together and so on and so forth. But do we have lines? Like, should we draw lines? Or is it just okay because it's their queen, Jasmine Crockett? Like, what? Who does this? Jasmine criticizes Trump for playing golf. Meanwhile, she's busy making TikTok videos, being a content creator for pop culture, using songs that were between two music artists, and she's using the songs as a tool to further drive us apart. As a nation, we don't need this. We need people who are about unity. We need to come together as a country, not have someone speaking on history in a divisive manner. The history is what it is. We need to take an approach on healing forward. How can we become a nation that works together, not against each other. And Jasmine profits from just that division. Speaking of, it's interesting that she gets paid $174,000 a year, yet based on a little Google search, she has a net worth of nearly $10 million. I would sure like for Doge to look into that. Maybe that's the reason she hates Elon so much. I know she spoke about reasons that she hates Elon Musk or she doesn't like him, but maybe it's a distraction from keeping Elon out of her finance. She sure did gain immediate wealth after she got in office, didn't she?
If you could speak directly to Elon Musk, what would you say?
Off.
That's it.
And it's laughed about, it's joked about, it's perfectly fine because Jasmine can do no wrong. I'm just going to say the quiet part out loud because I'm not sure that enough people are saying it. And I'm not sure that there are any Black women, Black people saying it out loud. If Jasmine was not Black, if Jasmine was a white woman, oh my goodness. If Jasmine was a man, I believe even if she was a Black man, like if Jasmine was a white man and she said a fraction of the things that she gets away with as a Black woman, hell would freeze over. I mean, seriously, it's ridiculous the things that she is allowed to say and get away with as an elected official. It's so ridiculous. And she's hypercritical of Trump to the point where it's just disrespectful. Come on now. He is still the leader of the free world. He is the president of the United States of America. And that does not mean that we blindly follow everything and he cannot do wrong. What it means is there should be a certain level of respect at the forefront. What that means is disagree respectfully. Period. Disagree respectfully. I think the problem is Jasmine doesn't understand respect. Jasmine has a problem with President Trump golfing as if, although she's mentioned it a few times, he does come from money. He has his own money, but as if every time he golfs, it's 100% on the government's dollar. I recall his first time in office, President Trump waived his salary the entire time. The first time he was in office, the president didn't even accept payment, a salary. When he was the 45th president, he did not accept money from the people. So now Jasmine wants to take this narrative that Trump is misusing funds and run with it. It's ridiculous. And let's see what Jasmine is doing while she's in office. Instead of pushing policies and advocating for things that really matter, she'd rather make TikTok videos to pop culture songs that she's using to draw more division versus unity.
Yeah, they tried to rig the game, but you can't fake influence. Hey, I'm tripping, I'm sliding, I'm riding through the back like buck. Must have on a beat, bro, deep boat in rap.
Just like you would expect from a content creator, right? Stand on top of all the trends. I mean, how else is she going to get follows, likes, and subscriptions, right? You have to stay on top of it. Tongue out, dancing, pop culture. Hey, y'all, it's your best friend. It's your homegirl from around the way. It's Jasmine Crockett. I pop off in a heartbeat. What you're saying? I throw my neck from side to side, use my hand, drop an F-bomb or two, check holes, the whole gamut. She's a performer. She's a freaking actress. And quite frankly, it's getting old. Jasmine is such a disgraceful, disrespectful, deceitful, delusional disgrace, and she lacks decorum. I will be so happy when she is finally out of office and no longer trending for all the wrong reasons. I can't wait for her to lose that seat because she's undeserving. Based on the little research I did on the economic makeup of her district, it appears she's representing middle-class families. And I'm pretty sure middle-class families would love to see her doing much more work and less content creation, less checking a hole or two. I'm sure. I'm not from her district, but I can just put my best guessing hat on. Yes, that's what we would all expect from any elected official. We have enough people creating content. Speaking of, if you haven't already, go ahead and check us out on Threads and Instagram. Let us know what you think. Comment below, because is this getting out of hand or what? As Jasmine sit on her wealth, She sure likes to pretend to know what the American people need. It must be nice coming from wealth, because let me tell you, I sure could use $5,000 in many ways. And I know plenty other Americans who could as well.
Of the savings from Doge back to Americans as kind of a dividend. Would you support that?
No, we are not in the business of giving out money. And honestly, I don't know what $5,000 will do for you.
Speaking of privilege, I know she likes to mention privilege a lot. That is some special privilege right there. $5,000 is just nothing. Oof, must be nice. I sure would like to have some of her privilege.
The ghetto queen of Congress, Jasmine Crockett, is a strong black woman ready to educate us.
People know the reason you can't afford a home is because of these failed immigration policies. The reason you're not going to be able to afford your food is because of these failed immigration policies. And the same can go for the hospitality industries, where we have so many of those in the hospitality industry that are saying they do not have the workers that they need right now.
Folks, AOC has officially been dethroned as the most smooth-brained member of Congress thanks to Ms. Jasmine Crockett.
This is the representative and the advocate for undocumented people here in America. We need the undocumented people to do the jobs that the black people who are unemployed don't want to do. Excuse me? This is the argument? Oh my goodness.
AKA the ghetto queen of Congress. Now, hasn't been about a week even since she made such remarks as, well, we are tired of picking cotton, so that's why we need to have those immigrants over here. Okay, honey? Yeah.
Okay, he is clearly pissed. He is clearly pissed and so tired of Jasmine. And I get it. Like, that's her. Call it what you want. I'm so grateful that he's black, because Jasmine fans or stans or her supporters love, just like she does, they love pulling the race car. Oh my God, it's so racist. It's so racist. Meanwhile, you follow Jasmine Crockett. Like, you have no ground. You're standing in water. You're floating. You have no ground to stand on to call anything racist. She's ridiculous. And he is pointing out her ridiculousness. And he's tired. We're tired. We're just going to go ahead and end with the youth, because the youth get it. And if it wasn't for this young lady, I would be a lot more afraid. And although he's frustrated, we're frustrated, I have hope. I still believe. I know the future is safe, because we have high school students who get it. This young conservative makes us so proud. What a breath of fresh air. The future is safe. I can't think of a better video to end it.
At this point, is Jasmine Crockett a politician, or is she just an entertainer? Crockett says that the U.S. is a country of immigrants, which is undeniably true. Immigrants are the backbone of this country. But then she goes to imply that the sole purpose of having illegal immigrants in this country is to do the undesirable jobs that otherwise nobody else would do. She says, "We finished picking cotton," which implies that Americans are not willing to do the agricultural jobs that otherwise immigrants have to do. This statement implies that Trump's immigration policies have a racially regressive agenda on Black Americans.
Yes, Jasmine is a professional victim, when in fact, she's not even impacted by the lies she spilled. She's an actress. She's a content creator, and that young lady put it perfectly. Her time is up. Jasmine, give it up. Let someone else take office. You're irresponsible and unfit. And ironically, you say the same about Trump. Jasmine Crockett, per her own admission, is a DEI hire, which is befitting because she believes in the policies that says you should receive something simply based on the fact that you are a woman, simply based on the fact that you are Black, simply based on the fact that you are a part of any community. She believes people should be rewarded based on their differences and not based on merit. We don't feel the same. We don't see things the same. That is ridiculous. The best person for the job, the best fit, the most qualified person should receive the job. Jobs should be based on merit, not on how one is identified. Coming from a party who claims to be all about fairness, it's wild that they would try to say, yes, we want it to be fair, but we also want to discriminate. pick a struggle. Those two things are not the same. Let's keep right and wrong right and wrong. The right thing to do is to make positions, jobs, and hires based on merit and qualifications. The wrong thing to do is to choose a person simply based on the fact that they are a woman and or Black. Similar to your own experience, Jasmine and her followers, hopefully one day they understand the difference between right and wrong. This is our take. We've been wanting to touch on this time and time again. I'm sure there may be a part 2 because with Jasmine, who knows what she will say next? She's unchecked. People don't say anything. And all the people that support her are all about the nonsense. So be sure to let us know what you think in the comments below. If you haven't already, like, subscribe, share, check us out on Threads. We're also on IG and our DMs are open. This is Joy with Conservative Black Girls. Until next time, peace out.